While we all know there are some expensive shoes out there, like the $26,000 Nike Back to the Future Air Mags, most of us don't realize how odd the world of shoes can be. But one quick look around the Virtual Shoe Museum changes all that. Let's take a look at 40 contenders for the craziest shoes ever made. The Hamburglar's favorite kicks. In 2008, Nike commissioned 7 people to reinterpret an iconic piece of sportswear. This was Swedish designer Olli Hemmendorf's take on the classic Air Max 90. When asked why he chose to make his shoe look like a Big Mac, the artist said, "In the tradition of material innovation of AM90, I constructed a running shoe using the most powerful, most durable, and most delicious material known to man, the hamburger." Cheer Bear pumps. Some people make a living designing weird shoes. Kayla Stojak, owner of Zombie Peep Show, is one of them. She's also the mind behind these shoes. These platform heels feature lace, trim, a faux fur heel, and a custom-made scene in the acrylic heel. Though each of these scenes is custom-made, all of them contain a rainbow, some fluffy clouds, and a dash of glitter. Goldfish disco heels. Common in the disco era, these fish tank shoes are making a comeback. Once only purchasable in back alley boutiques, variations of these aquarium-ready shoes can now be purchased online. As animal cruelty laws have come a long way since the 1970s, the real goldfish have been replaced with fake ones, but they're still pretty eye-catching. Footception sneakers. Created by a 22-year-old named Giorgio, these concept shoes look like they deserve a spot in Pennywise's closet. If you want a pair of your own, however, you're out of luck. This is just a one-off concept piece. Still, with shoes like the Vibram Five Fingers on the market, it won't be long before Christian Louboutin rolls out his take on the design. Tokyo LED shoes. Developed as a concept piece for a photo album, these shoes are the definition of lit. Even if those kicks can't be bought on store shelves, you can pick up smart footwear like the Orphe. Showcasing 8 different colors of programmable LEDs, these trainers are like your own personal rave machine. Total Knockout. While all evidence points to this boxing glove-inspired pair of shoes being a Photoshop job, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a pair out there somewhere. It looks like Bobo the Clown has finally gone off the deep end. Tarantula pumps. Remember those goldfish pumps? Well, people used to stuff all sorts of things in those platform shoes. While most people fill them with things like rhinestones and plush toys, others prefer to shove tarantulas in there. Unfortunately, like most people with 2 left feet, I'm not really in the market for 4 more. Goose boots. Much like Kayla Stojak, Costa Magarakis makes his living selling and designing strange shoes. Many of his designs are inspired by a strange mixture of his home city, Alice in Wonderland, and fairy tales. This particular piece is inspired by the Mother Goose story and perfectly showcases the designer's dark-minded whimsy. If this is how he expresses his inner self, I've got exactly 0 desire to meet him in a dark alley, or anywhere else for that matter. Abacus heels. Most people don't want toddlers playing with their shoes. These ones were designed to attract them. Designed by Marjolaine Stormzand, these abacus studded shoes would be perfect for the Pied Piper. For anyone else, they're a hospital visit waiting to happen. Light up your red room of pain. Titled Transylvania by their creator, this pair of shoes comes to us courtesy of our good friend Kayla Stojak. They feature a dark vinyl finish, highly detailed skulls, and a pair of light-up candelabras. For all you vampire wannabes, these shoes are a must-have. Literal moleskin slippers. The average mole catcher captures approximately 500 moles a day. Instead of being used for something worthwhile, the rodents' corpses are usually thrown away. Created as part of Project Underdogma, this pair of moleskin slippers was designed to poke fun at this poor use of resources. Baby's first fursona. If you've got $450 laying around, you could take a big step toward building your first fursuit. Created by Carrie John, these heelless knee-high boots come covered in a layer of two-tone faux fur. While the pair you see was designed to be a hyper-realistic representation of a gray wolf, she's more than willing to design a pair that's right for you. Madonna heels. While Kayla Stojak and Magarakis are living comfortably, there's one odd shoe designer who's living like a king, Kobe Levi. Though his designs seek to combine the everyday with the high fashion, they're certainly out of the average person's reach. This pair of Madonna-inspired heels, for example, will run you just over $3,000. The Cross-Dressing Carpenter's Wet Dream. At just $1,450, this Kobe piece is one of his cheaper ones. Inspired by the artistic process, these sandals feature a wooden beam-inspired upper and saw blade heel. Bicycle heels. Another incredible shoe from Kobe is this British bike-inspired high heel, which is yours for $1,600. According to the website, it has a metallic feel to it due to its bicycle chair heel, a Union Jack T-strap, and a chain-inspired ankle strap. Wire shoes. Created by wire sculptor Polly Varetti, these shoes are a part of her quest to depict real-life objects in wireframe. Sorry, Saw fans, it's not yet another demented task from the film series. Welcome to Jurassic Pumps. Girls love dinosaurs too. At least that seems to be what Kayla Stojek is betting with this design. Every one of these dinosaur heels features a hand-painted T-Rex statue, metallic highlights, and randomly arrayed spikes of stainless steel. Leatherface's gift to his wife. As she's such a big fan of horror movies, I'd be surprised if Kayla's catalog didn't include a chainsaw heel. Using a mixture of sculpted latex, faux bone, and careful carving, the Queen of Weird Shoes created this masterpiece. Costing just $250, these shoes even make realistic chainsaw noises. Bedazzled Armadillo Boots. Alexander McQueen developed this 30cm high armadillo boot in 2010. Inspired by the idea of Atlantis, he imagined fashion in a world where everyone was forced to live underwater. Never commercially produced, each one of these boots was carved from wood and featured 4 custom-linked zippers. Something's fishy here. Finally, something on this list I can afford. These fishy flip-flops can be bought for under $10 in gray, green, or hot pink. Lightweight and super comfortable, these slip-ons are perfect for showering, swimming, and embarrassing your relatives next time you take a trip to the beach. Beats by Nike. These line of shoes by Dada come with a wireless MP3 in the heel and a Bluetooth-enabled tongue. Able to store roughly 100 songs, these Back to the Future throwbacks pair easily with most wireless headsets. For all you old school kids out there, there's a CD-ROM player. At just $199, these things are reasonably priced, if a decade too late. Release the Kraken! Filipino shoe designer Kermit Tesoro's eccentricity is apparent in this Kraken-based design. When asked to explain the rationale behind his work, Tesoro said, "A fashion interpretation of the biological or psychological deviation of a person. But honestly, we've all seen enough hentai to know what's really going on." Fairyland platform shoes. Though this design has been discontinued, these crazy shoes once gave everyone the chance to have a Smurf village close at hand. Heel. Every one of these Zombie Peep Show exclusives featured a custom-made fairy garden scene with moss, trees, and figures. Cannibal Clogs. Don't worry, these shoes aren't a serial killer's trophy. They're just a conceptual sculpture created by Fanich and Young. Based in East London, this studio was looking for a way to address the parallels between social evolution and natural selection. Honestly, I'm just glad to know what the Tooth Fairy does with all those dang teeth. R2-Damn-2. Looks like Kayla Stojek's a sci-fi fan too. Every one of these R2-D2 pumps is hand-painted and equipped with their own set of LEDs. If you're looking to own a pair, however, they're no longer in production. Good luck on eBay. These shoes don't blow. Remember when I said that Kobe Levi is the highbrow weirdo? I take that back. This design, the Blow, is one of 2 designs to highlight the close association high heels have with sex. If you've got an eye for the details, you'll see the blow-up valve at the back of the heel nodding to the kinky theme. Cardboard Adidas. While not practical, cardboard shoes have been making the rounds for a while. Easy and cheap to make, a few DIYers have been using their paper folding skills to create name brand knockoffs like this one. So go ahead and express your inner tree hugger. Just don't go singing in the rain about it. Oriental High Heels. Created by Nguyen Ngoc Thanh in 2015, these dragon-inspired shoes would be perfect for a Bond villain. While its combination of red, blue, and silver is a classic Oriental, its curvy silhouette is definitely unique. As it uses real gemstones, these high-end heels are probably out of your price range. Foam shoes. Christopher Kane, the guy behind the Crocs craze, is at it again.
After he made a ton of money selling $1,000 shoes made from kitchen sponges, designers have been trying to imitate him. This pair of shoes is just one of these copycats. Bippity Boppity Heels. While I couldn't find much on the origins of these shoes, they definitely deserve a spot. Judging by their surroundings, it's likely they're on display at a museum. As to the designer, I'm guessing it was a fairy godmother that got tired of lugging around pumpkins. Your own hunk of AstroTurf. Grass flip-flops like these let you experience the feeling of walking on real grass without all the bugs. Designed by Quinn Canera and his mom for a class project, this odd piece of footwear received enough fanfare to convince them to manufacture them en masse. Cobra boots. It didn't take me long to figure out why I couldn't find the designers of these shoes. They probably died making them. Featuring real cobra heads, these snakeskin boots are ideal for Indiana Jones villains and Cobra commanders. Hoof heels. Creating one of these hoof stilettos takes designer Iris Scheiferstein months of work. Before anything can be done, the meat must be stripped away from the animal's foot and the leftovers sent to the tanner. When asked why she chose to use horse hooves, Iris explained, "I love horses and I love shoes, so I thought this would be perfect. Horses have a beautiful walk and I wanted to recreate that with my footwear. Why the gun? It looks cool, duh." Beer and fish tank shoe. These disco-ready platform heels are in a similar vein to the ones showcased earlier. Unlike those ones, however, these are filled with beer. While the fish inside is 100% fake, these strange shoes are still great for jump-starting a conversation.
Before I reveal the next example, you should subscribe if you're enjoying the video. We upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it.
High Tide Heels. Created by Paul Scheidekat in 2006, these shoes are what happens when flippers and high heels love each other a little too much. Known as high-tech heels, these avant-garde pieces would be great for fashionistas who hate changing shoes every time they take a dip. Unfortunately, there aren't any plans for commercial production. Shopping cart shoes. A commentary piece on shopping cart consumerism? A baby stroller from the outtakes of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? While it's hard to tell what the designer was going for, these shoes definitely belong on this list. And if they are half as uncomfortable as I suspect, the people wearing them will belong in the ER. Hitting the nail on the heel. I'm pretty sure magicians make a living avoiding situations like this. Looking like a carpentry project gone wrong, this pair of shoes is nothing more than a chain and a filed down nail. As there is little information available about the designer, I'm hoping it's just a Photoshop job. Otherwise, that footwear model made that nail disappear right into her foot. Banana slippers. Most of us look at a banana and see a fruit. Kobe Levi sees a slipper. By emulating the gentle curve of a banana in this design, he hoped to create an elegant, effortless piece. And at just $1,400, this thing is a steal. Lego shoes. If there was a 10th circle in hell, its inhabitants would be sentenced to life in an endless sea of Legos. As anyone who stepped on one knows, those things hurt like the dickens. So someone decided to channel that fear into shoe design. The result? These super stylish high heels. Good luck matching those with an outfit. So, how many pairs of shoes do you have in your closet? Is anything in your closet weirder than the shoes on this list? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching.